What's going on, Culinary Crusaders? It's your boy, Pitmaster Shane D, back again finally. I know, I took a break. I took a little time off. Had a lot of traveling to do. So let's catch you up on the things that have been going on in the Pitmaster Shane D world since we last had a 5 things. Number 1, was in California for a couple weeks. That was really cool. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, honestly. SoCal, it is all that in a bag of chips. Did a lot of traveling, saw a lot of the stuff down there, ate a lot of great food, met a lot of great people. It was a blast. A lot of work though, 14, 16-hour days. It was insanity. Day job. Gotta have them though. Love what I do. Also, just after I got back from that, it's pretty much burnt out. Just needed some time to kind of refocus, prioritize some things, and just kind of evaluate all the madness that is the Pitmaster Shane D life. Last year took a toll on me, and it's time to reprioritize things and refocus a little bit. So there's nothing wrong with that. Little introspective action never hurts anybody. So what have I been up to since I got back? Filmed some more stuff with BamaQ. Got some more dates on the calendar for them. If you haven't caught BamaQ Season 1, go check it out. I always put the caveat in there that the show really finds its groove about episode 5, and it gets really amazing about the last 2 episodes, mostly because I make an appearance accidentally in a couple, so there's that. You got to face only a mother can love, so I got to plug me where I can. So check it out. It's a great show. Season 2 is going to be even better. There's talk of Season 3. For everyone that's been wanting that Pitmasters-esque show, the original Pitmasters, not the stuff where it was go cook a whole clod of brisket or cow in 5 minutes, and Myron and Tuffy and whoever the guest of the week was kind of talking trash about it after the fact. That wasn't my favorite season of Pitmasters. None of those were. I was actually slated to be on 2 different seasons of that, and it just didn't work out. But anyway, that wasn't my favorite way that show went down. It did make a lot of stars, made a lot of famous people in barbecue world, so there is that. So that's just my opinion. But BamaQ is definitely more about following a set of teams around throughout a season, through the good, the bad, the ugly. And hey, it's a bunch of Alabama folks. There's some ugly there, right? Just kidding. Love you guys, for real. All right. So anyway, check it out. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Gorilla Grills makes a lot of appearances in Season 2. I make several appearances. You'll see some faces you recognize for sure. So can't wait for all that to come out. Let's see. The shirts came in, right? Got to burn to learn. Those shirts have officially landed. I got my 2. I know other people have talked about that. Theirs is coming in. So. Can't wait to see those out there. Thanks to everybody who ordered one. I took all the proceeds from that and donated it to a local veterans organization. So just so you know where that money went, I almost always do veterans related charities. That's just my thing. So anyway, again, thanks for all of you who took a chance on it. Got the first edition Pitmaster Shane D. You got a Burn to Learn shirt. So may do another run on them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what gets requested. Thanks for all the new followers. I appreciate you. The channel is creeping up, and we're going to give that knife away here shortly, so keep telling your friends. So you don't care about any of that. What are you here for? You're here for this week's 5 things. That's right. 5 things that irked me, made me go, what's up with that? Or just generally made me think, man, more people need to know about this, or they need to think about this as a barbecue culture, a society in general, or just the American people. Yeah, I know. I go deep on some of them. We're going to start pretty shallow, then we're going to get a little deeper. Can't help it. Seen some things this past couple weeks, man, that just made me realize that, man, some people don't respect the game. Not good. Not good. Barbecue, man, you got to respect the game. Anyway, let's start out. Has anyone seen this smoked watermelon? Have you seen this thing? Dude, can we just agree it's not a good thing? It's $75 for the stupid watermelon that looks, I don't know, man. Is it just me? It kind of looks gross. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to eat it, and I dang sure don't pay $75 for it. Yeah, it's cool. Someone decided to take a seedless watermelon and smoke it until it looked like a ham. But why? I I just don't get it. It's lost on me. I wish I did. So, if you like it, comment below. Let me know. Let me know why I'm wrong. Any of these points that I make, listen, they're open for debate. It doesn't mean you'll win the debate, but because I will substitute, any good ideas that you have and any good valid points you have with my own, because I'm an insecure person. That's just how it goes. So you can see the disclaimer at the end. Anyone ever read the full disclaimer at the end? It's pretty funny. It's there to be funny. The disclaimer is there because I do say some things that maybe my sponsors or people associated with me would wish I didn't say, but this is the whole point of this, to be a little unfiltered. So I try not to be too off the chain, off the hook to to upset them. But at the same time, some stuff got to be said, y'all. We got to talk about it. Here's one that's been driving me crazy forever: critical thinking / due diligence. And let me talk about that one. Let's say you roll into a forum and say, hey man, I want to know how to cook this. And someone says, hey, there's like 5 videos, just go search for this. And they go, yeah, can you just give me the link? Come on, man. You can't even go search for it. Someone's done the work to do the video. Someone else has done the work to tell you that the video exists and probably what to search for. And you're like, can you search for me? Oh, come on. That's a little, that's tired. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We're better than that. The other thing is, people want to act like this grilling thing is like rocket science, and it's not. It is in fact science, I guess, on some level, but it's not rocket science. So I don't understand the deal with not being able to go, hey, if A plus B equals C, then I should be able to get to the next step. A great example of this is time and temp questions. Those are all A plus B equals C. Just think about it. How long do you think it should take? I don't know exactly how long it's going to take you to cook your 3-pound tenderloin. I don't. I can give you a rough guess. But there's too many variables. So just critically think about it. And here's another crazy one. How about plan? Right? How about just planning? So it cooks a little faster. So what? Have a plan. It cooks a little slower. So what? Have a plan. Build some hold time in there. Build some, something as part of your plan for the sides, that includes a rest time in case it does cook a little faster. Whatever. Invest in a good cooler. Invest in a Cambro. Keep it warm. Turn your grill down. There's 1,000 ways to make this okay. And everyone assumes that every time I cook a brisket or whatever, it's perfect every time. It's not. Perfect is I adapt to the situation. I perfectly adapt to every situation. That's perfect. You just play it by ear, man. You just roll with it. You apply, right? You apply the knowledge. You apply the thoughts. You apply the brain. And you fix the situation. That's what being a pitmaster is. Just that simple. Another one that really irked me this week, because I got totally ripped off by another channel, and I'm not going to call out names. There's a strong difference. Okay, maybe it's slight. Maybe I'm just being a little touchy-feely on it. But there's a difference between being inspired by something you've seen and outright stealing it. Okay? I'm inspired all the time. A lot of my recipes, like I'll see someone like Malcolm do something, and I'm like, ooh, if I took that and did this, this, and this, then it would be this. Okay, that's inspired. That's hearing a riff as an artist and going, oh, that triggered something in here that made me want to do this. Stealing it is taking the damn idea and then putting it out as your own. Or making one change to it, i.e., I didn't put your coleslaw on top, therefore it's my idea. That's a little busted, and that's a little pushing it. And I don't mind that I inspired you. Yeah, I know it's pushing it. But give a little credit, man. Give a little credit. Give a little plug, a little shout out. Hey, I was watching so-and-so's video with whatever, and it made me think of this, and that's why I did this. Okay, cool. You do that, we don't have any problems. But when you outright steal processes and ideas that I was blatantly called borderline crazy for having at first, now everyone's doing them, and now you adopt that into what you're doing and you make a name off of it, man, that's a little shady, and I'll just leave it at that. So, I'm not calling anyone out in particular. I'm just calling everyone out. I'm just going to say it how it is. If that's what you've done, if that's who you are, you're not a cook. You're not a creator. You're just not. You know what you are if you're doing that. Stop it. I think you can be a good cook. I think you have some chops. And I know we're all hurting for content. We want to be popular in an Instagram world. It's all about likes and clicks and follows and all this stuff. Man, listen, my Instagram won't ever get to 10,000. You know why? I'm not out there chasing it. This YouTube channel probably won't ever get to 10,000. You know why? I'm not paying. I'm not going to pay for followers, man. You're either on board or you're not, and it's cool. It's cool. I don't mind. Either way. But this isn't a game for me. This is my life. This stuff matters to me. I'm a steward of barbecue. I'm a steward of the talent that God blessed me with. That's the way I feel about it. So take that however you wish. That brings me to the next one, and I've seen this one violated so many times. The rules of the game. You think this stuff don't have rules? You're wrong. You're dead wrong. Listen, barbecue has rules. You want to watch season 2 of Luke Cage? I like Shades. He's one of my favorite characters. The actor is a great guy. He always does a good job. But what I love most about what Shades put down was, man, there's rules to this mess. Even in gangster stuff. Even in barbecue, y'all, there's rules to it. The golden rule always applies. There's limits. When you step outside of that, when your drag on the community far outweighs your benefit to the community, your ego and your need to be number one, to be popular, to be the center, when that exceeds the level of your talent, and I'm going to tell you right now, some of y'all, you ain't got a lot of runway there. I'm just going to leave it at that. But when that exceeds your level of talent, the game's going to be done with you. Be careful. Be careful out there. I see a lot of people self-appointing them king of this, queen of that, all these titles. And what have they done? They've been in the game for a minute. A minute, y'all. You know who the king of pork is or whatever? That's a guy like Mike Mills. It ain't me. It ain't me. I'm just a hustler. I'm just hustling my thing on the side, man. You want to give me a title? I'll take OG. I'm just an OG of barbecue, man. Been doing this 10, 12 years. Born into the game. Born into it. My grandfather's, joint. It's in my blood. That doesn't make me a prince. Don't make me, maybe it makes me a princess. No. Don't make me a princess either. Don't make me a king. Don't make me a queen. But it does make me someone who has to respect the game, have to play by the rules. I have to know what's up. I have to abide by it. I see a lot of people messing over other people. Barbecue community is small. That stuff's going to come back around, man. I'm going to tell you now. I almost quit barbecue over some mess. You know what I mean? I was sued for some money, some madness, some stuff I didn't even have control over, y'all. And thank God there were some real kings and queens who came to my side and said it's going to be all right. You got a lot more to do in this game. It's not over for you. But you know what? They could have just as easily came down and said, "That's it, man. You create too much drama. You got to go." If they'd wrote me off like that, it'd been over. And I would have walked away. I was ready to walk away. But they didn't. In fact, one of the guys I respect most threw his arm around me and said, "Youngblood, you just started. You're a young man. You're a young man. You got talent. And you're doing this right. Just stick with it. Ride it out. Ride it out." And I did. And that's how I got here. I'm not anybody. And I'm not pointing my finger at anybody. But I'm going to tell you now, The rules of the game of barbecue matter. You start messing over people, it'll come back and get you. So please don't. Please don't. Don't steal from other people. Do right. Do right, y'all. Golden rule matters here. You know, cheer your brothers and sisters on. Cheer them on. But if you're taking from people and you're running other people down just to be popular in a Facebook group or something, and you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that. It will get you. It's got me. I've learned. Can't do it. You know, I don't know how else to say it, but you got to respect the game. You know, I've lost friends and money over this game and not playing it right, and it's a heartbreaker. So understand, is what you're doing about being popular? Is it about being the center of a conversation? Is it about doing for you? Or is it about being a good steward of this thing we call barbecue, passing it on to the next generation, being good to one another? Is it about that? Which one is it? Because honestly, if it's not the last one, you're doing it wrong. Okay? That's just my opinion. I'm going to put that out there like it is. That leads me to the next one. These are all kind of interrelated, y'all. Watch where you're taking advice from. I see so many fly-by-night people that have just barely got started. I mean, like 6 months started. And they're giving advice like they've been around for 10 years. Like they've been around for 2 years. Like they've been around for a year, you know? And like they put their own money on the line testing stuff. Or they've had the ability to test stuff. Man, they're giving you their opinion at best and bad information at worst. Listen to me. Watch who you follow. Watch who you take information from. Not everyone has your best interest at heart. Again, is this about them being popular? Is this about them getting you on board? Is this about having an echo chamber where you echo back that they're great and their opinion is right? Listen, I've argued a lot in those groups, and I've begged people to prove me wrong. And more times than not, I've been right. But I put my reputation on the line every single time I recommend a product. Every time I say something's good. You think I align with a company like Gorilla or Grizzly or Dahlstrom? Do you think I do that without putting my own name on the line? Like, I watch who I associate with. You know, these companies that swoop in and knock off, you know, how many knockoffs of Kick-Ass Basket are out there? You know, how many knockoffs of these stupid pizza ovens are out there? You know, these companies that swoop in and do that, and then they pay these people, they'll send out a unit, and they'll say, oh, you got to buy this one, you got to buy this one, you got to buy this one. Man, that's not what this is about. See previous statement on rules of the game. See, I have a long-standing relationship with companies like ThermalWorks. They sent me stuff, I've reviewed stuff, I've given my honest feedback, and yeah, they sent me gear, but I've never taken $1 from them. But I also reserve the right not to review certain things. And things that I'm afraid they're not going to get right or that aren't at the right price point, I don't recommend. I have to have the freedom to do that. That's why I respect guys like Malcolm. He won't take money from a pit manufacturer because he wants to reserve the right to say, yeah, I like this model of your pit, but this model is crap, and I'm not supporting that. Those are guys, that's a guy you need to take advice from. Meathead Goldwyn, that's his job. He dispels rumor and myth. That's a guy you should take advice from. You know, the Mike Mills, the Amy Mills, the, you know, Melissa Cookstons, the Tuffy Stones, the, you know, those guys and gals, in my opinion, are doing it right. Some of these people are slapping their name on everything all of a sudden. They got their own brand of pellet. They got their own brand of this. They got their own smoker, even though the last one was made in China. Is a piece of crap. And nothing against stuff made in China, because there's some good stuff made in China, I'm going to tell you right now. But people that are so quick to slap their name on things and stand behind things for that dollar, for that paper, I watch those people. Watch those people. They don't have your interests at heart. They have their interests at heart. So, you know, these guys that are out there reviewing stuff, you know, I look at all the stuff Naked Wiz did for the charcoal community. Did that for a long time for no money. But he did it for the betterment of the the Kamado community, and I respect that. Someone took charge of a situation and put their own money on the line for the betterment of a community. It's strong, y'all. It's real strong. You know, when someone says you got to buy this brand of pellet grill, how many pellet grills they tested? How many pellet grills they own? How many pellet grills they ever even freaking cooked on, except for that one? You got to think about that stuff, man. You know, someone says you got to use this method of cooking brisket or a butt. Man, they've been cooking for 6 months. How many briskets or butts have they really cooked? If they're cooking a case of meat a week, they can't touch the time and the revolutions that someone's been doing it for a decade or more. Because you got to have time in between each cook to really ruminate on it and think on it and really get to that next level and have those breakthroughs. So I see a lot of bad advice put out there, and it's really bothering me. It's bothering me to my core because I love barbecue and I love the people in it, and I don't want to see anyone giving bad information. But on the flip side of that, I'm not going to argue with you when I give you my advice. You know, it is what it is. You take it or you don't, and I'm cool either way. You know, my life goes on whether you take my advice or not. You want to argue about best way to cook a turkey? Brother, I've cooked literally 1,000 turkeys. I know the best way to cook a damn turkey. I've proven it. I've gone through wet brining for 5 days, wet brining for 6 hours, dry brining, injecting butter under the skin. I've tried it all. And I took that information and distilled it down into 3 videos that I was asked to make the most foolproof turkey videos ever. Like if I had to pick just a handful of things that made the best turkey and got rid of the rest, and it was the easiest and most repeatable process, what would that be? There are those turkey videos, y'all, on Gorilla Grill's channel. But I tested and tested and tested, and I edited and got it down to the most direct format for the best results. That don't come from cooking 5 turkeys. It comes from cooking 500 turkeys. On multiple pits, multiple ways, spatchcock, not spatchcock, upside, breast down, breast up, hot first, cold first. Listen, I went through it all. That's why I have a lot of respect for schools like Southern Thunder. I appreciate the way they test and do things. There needs to be more people out there doing that stuff and willing to do it, not just wanting to slap their name on something so they can be popular. And you just got to watch that. So that's about all I got for this week, guys. I don't want this one to be too much of a bummer, but man, there's been a lot of stuff in barbecue the past couple weeks. It kind of made me step back, go, dag, what's up with that? And maybe reevaluate a few things. Maybe I'm not doing right. You got to start with yourself, right? What do they say? When you point a finger at someone else, you got 3 pointing back at you and 1 pointing up. Anyway, whatever. Again, thanks to everybody who ordered a shirt. I may do another order. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed to the channel recently. I know it's been several and I haven't got to really respond. Thanks for sticking with me. And we'll still put out some videos. Be on the lookout, though. I'm going to be doing a weekly Facebook Live series coming up with Gorilla Grills. It will not be the Pitmaster Shane D format. It will be somewhere between a recipe rescue done in the evenings, where you can ask questions about what you're cooking. And it doesn't have to be barbecue related. It can be anything that you're cooking. And an interview series where I'm getting you direct, unfiltered access to some of the biggest names in barbecue when I sit down and talk with them. But it's not just me yakking with them, right? Anybody can do that. I'm giving you the opportunity live to ask questions, right? That's big. I hope you take that opportunity. I hope you check out that series when we launch it. I'll have more details in here. Just watch the Gorilla Grills channel on or stream, whatever, on Facebook for the announcement, and we're going to do it over there. We'll do it live, as Greg Rimpey says. Hey, big shout out to my buddy Kevin Sandrich over at Barbecue Beat. That cat, I spoke about rules of the game and inspire versus stealing and where you take advice from. That cat's doing it right, man. He just loves barbecue and he just wants to do it right and put out good information, give everyone a platform. If you've not seen his interview series that I have been inspired to basically rip off, wink, wink, then check it out at Barbecue Beat. He does about one a week, and they're fantastic. He's a great interviewer. I always thought so. And he's been a long-standing guy. Been in the game for about 10 years and really gets it. He took some advice early on from me when when we were both young bucks. We're both young bucks in this game that I think he really took to heart, and it's really informed who he and I both are. And I couldn't be prouder of his success. And maybe I'll have some success too with this channel and the live stuff. But until next time, guys, you know me. It's Pitmaster Shane D. Holler at your boy. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you. Okay.